Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to start our day with a ball test, but not just any ball test, probably a retest of the most controversial discovery in sort of golf ball manufacturing that there has been in really probably ever.
Maybe ever,
probably
recent history
ever.
For sure.
Yeah. The Callaway Chromesoft and some of the deficiencies that it had.
Yep.
Not as an individual performing golf ball, because we tested that, didn't we?
It certainly wasn't a terrible ball from a single golf ball perspective, and with the launch monitor data, it was more the manufacturing that was, I guess, a big problem.
That was their biggest issue, was in batches that there were some issues with the golf balls and their consistency. So we will have to say though, in our testing, we didn't see the discrepancies that the other companies saw in the golf ball. We actually tested it as a one-off golf ball, and it tested okay for us.
Yeah, it was fine. It was basically similar to any softer side golf ball that we've tested, so it wasn't the fastest ball we've tested by any means. Yeah. Probably wasn't the lowest spin off a driver either. Yeah. It was average. It was pretty average performer.
Little trade-offs here and there, distance-wise and things like that, but probably offering you a little bit more in other areas around the greens and
very spinny.
You know, that sort of thing with the wedges, and I think that's the nature of, you know, a ball like this. Mm-hmm. It's not trying to be, you know, it's not trying to be that distance golf ball.
No. True enough.
You know, trying to be a golf ball that offers you something more if feel and spin are a premium for your game.
Yeah, it's unlikely we're going to see this to be the maximum ball speed golf ball. There's going to be many balls that are probably faster off the driver, maybe even the mid-iron. Yep. But as you said, the feel of it might be the appeal, and an underrated thing. It's honestly something I've been thinking about too. Am I really underrating how important the feel of a ball is for like me personally?
Absolutely.
That's partially why I'm quite interested just to hit some with this. And we've got Prov1, which I'm assuming is close-ish in compression.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the closest of the benchmark golf balls, if you like.
Top of the line stuff.
I mean, we spoke about this a little bit in the past, and some of our kind of close colleagues in the industry, they actually love the Chromesoft golf ball and have loved the Chromesoft golf ball. We've had conversations with Gareth.
Gareth loves it for short game. We've got
like
lots of spin on it, good feel around the greens. So this is the thing. I don't doubt what occurred with the last batch happened. Definitely don't doubt it at all. It seems like through what occurred, they took the steps to right it with the 2020 model. Yep. Some of that we can test today, some of it we can't. We've cut a few open from different sleeves. They look fine to me. They don't look any different than any other golf ball does in terms of the centeredness of the core. Yep. Can we test the aerodynamics and stuff? No, because it's probably about to snow and we don't have a robot. But other people will do that. Yeah. For now, let's just see kind of how it compares with our test. Yeah,
we can isolate certain performance characteristics, speed, launch conditions, spin control, all those sorts of things, Matty, like we do in all of our golf ball tests, and we're going to come to a pretty good conclusion as to how this stacks up against, the benchmark golf ball, as we said, the Prov1.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Let's kick her off with a little 105-yard sand wedge. That's nice. That is nice.
Actually pretty balanced. It's not super spinny. Very similar.
Yeah, it does seem so, doesn't it? Yeah, I would say obviously we need to try and dig back into the archive and have a look and see what the old golf ball spun at. I would say maybe marginally less spin than what I remember.
I wonder if they've modeled it after Prov1 a bit, because Prov1, I think, to me, is becoming the very most balanced ball out there. It does a lot of things really, really well. Yeah. It isn't the spinniest ball out there, though.
It's not super high spin.
So maybe they've looked at that and gone, that'd be nice for our marquee ball.
Yeah, it would be hard not to kind of test against that. And why wouldn't you sort of share a lot of the characteristics of the #1 golf ball in the market?
Like this has occurred, this test with 5 robots and 50 people at Callaway. They did this for sure. There's no 100%. Way they didn't do it, right?
And they do, yeah, exactly. They do it with golf balls, they will do it with drivers, they will do it with literally everything, because you want to compare against the best and see how you stack up. The Chromesoft sort of relaunch, it's not a whole redesign of a golf ball.
Okay.
To me, they're not trying to take away from what it was, which is to be the best sort of soft premium golf ball in golf.
Yeah, it's a good point. They're not trying to be the best like firm ball out there. There's a big distinction. I think you almost have to say, what am I going for? Is it a firm ball or a soft? And then from there you choose within companies.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, 7-iron, Matty?
7-iron, bud, yep.
Okay. That's lovely.
54.
Lovely.
54. Okay. 57. Go in.
Ooh.
Okay. So that one's as good as I can hit it. That Rogue Tee is like a mainstay of the channel now.
It really is.
Almost every video now, it did that in the last one too.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice. That was nippy. That's nice. Alrighty. Interesting little test.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just take it from the top because it will unfold
accordingly.
Exactly. 50-yard wedge shot, our staple kind of little half kind of 60 degree for you.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really in it, Matty.
No.
What we see when we test premium balls against premium balls, no trade-off here at all.
No.
Both really, really nice. But we probably wouldn't put that down to anything more than just how they were struck in the moment.
Agree. So these are, again, two of the closest I've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, from a wedge perspective,
wow,
you can't tell those two golf balls apart. Now, there's the kind of the reverse of that standard deviation, just to kind of show that wasn't the Prov1 being superior in that first exchange.
Just strikes.
It's just strikes, and that's the test.
Perfect.
This is where it gets really interesting. Speed separated a little bit, so a little bit slower, higher launch, lower spin. The actual end result, I mean, if you look at the flights, you can't really tell those apart too much.
Yeah, they fly through the same window almost.
Mm-hmm. But you're certainly quite a bit lower in spin. 500's a lot.
Yeah, that's a substantial amount for it to separate. And we hit a bunch of shots and double checked, and that's just the way it was.
A 7-iron spinning at 53 is pretty low.
Yeah, so a spin reducing ball for sure.
Yes. Then when it came to the driver, there was one of the biggest differences in ball speed we've probably ever seen doing this test with you. My kind of suspicion is Callaway's argument would be if you were to test the Chromesoft X,
yes,
you would be really happy with the performance of that. This just isn't for you.
Gotcha.
That's what I think what they're take on this would be like,
fair enough.
You know, Matty, you're over compressing that Chromesoft. This isn't really for you. Maybe it's the player who's 85 miles an hour driver speed.
Right.
The differences will shrink. Gotcha. And they'll hit their irons a little bit further, and they'll retain wedge spin, and you know, that'll be the balance that I would say that they would probably offer as an argument.
I think that's very fair. So maybe we can just conclude that Prov1 and Chromesoft Standard are maybe not the closest in performance.
Yeah.
Why don't we just revisit with the test of the X and we'll see. I think what would have to happen is the speed would have to come up and the X would have to live in some kind of spin window that's appropriate.
Yeah.
That's the part we don't know. I don't know how that ball spins. Like, I don't know what the ratings are for it.
But yeah, an odd discrepancy in ball speed and an odd discrepancy in 7-iron spin. That would be my two kind of, you know,
a bit strange
points where I scratch my head a little bit on it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we can conclude that for now, that maybe on the slower side, swing speed, it could be a decent ball overall, but it's probably not the most balanced kind of ball for any speed that Prov1 is.
Okay, guys, look forward to doing that Chromesoft X test, see how that compares. Maybe that's the golf ball that Matty would need to be looking at to compare with kind of Prov1, which is your golf ball of choice.
Yes, absolutely.
And the other thing I will say is, I think this test is a really good validation of why you play that golf ball.
Yeah, I think for me, it's been a really fun experiment with TP5X all year. I've liked a ton of stuff about it. I think it's pointed me in the direction that a softer ball is just better for me by feel and I think the way I react to it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to spending some time playing a little bit softer ball and just see what effect that has.
See what it does. Good to experiment.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.